close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang all on Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles and press of the watch. We play at the levels of Letterman jocks. Pins on the jacket, the man's abundant. The point of the road was banned and rugged. Hushing, I'm applying no pants in London. The products are not being scared of some judgment. Gotta stay in the cut you off if you ain't making the cut. Couldn't tell you who the hell is behind us. You start to forget when you stay in front of it's up. And it's up for grabs, no remorse of who I'm taking it from. Numbers I give on my scoreboard is the only form of us staying in touch, that's saying enough. It's time to receive for all of the favors I've done. Too late for y'all to switch teams, everybody getting big leagues. Product flying out the shelf, what's in store for us? Known to hit a hole in one, look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whatever, boy, you know what's up. Time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang all on Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles and press of the watch. We play at the levels of Letterman jocks. Shout out to Steve. The boy getting love from the harsh critics. Strauss hit me bi-weekly to tell me keep taking it further. You aren't finished and I gotta listen. Any son of believing and see that I'm actually breathing and doing it real time. Love to pull an idea out there and there, act on it and profit in real life. If we not aligned, don't present me a dotted line. Yeah, I'm a QB, but I ain't handing out nothing for someone to monetize. And it goes to the birds too. Can't give it a time of $1, so cut the eyes. They get excel for they added potential to be my ex. I know all the plays, I'm a seasoned vet. Yeah. Always showing up, known to hit a hole in one. Look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whoever, boy, you know what's up. Time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang all on Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles and press of the watch. We play at the levels of Letterman jocks. Time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang all on Iwo Jima got one flag. Yeah.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the road, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the road, here we go. On the road, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy DZ. What is going on, Candle Mafia? And oh boy, did we get quite the move to the upside earlier today on Bitcoin, guys. It absolutely started coming out of nowhere, but obviously this was due to Grayscale winning that lawsuit with the SEC. If you guys saw my market update from earlier, I broke that down a little bit more for you. That didn't break it down too much, but we just covered it very, very briefly. Talked about the move to the upside, and we talked about if you show me the charts, I'll tell you the news. And as you guys know, looking at the charts here, over the past week or so, sitting at that value area low, as we deviated slightly below with those bullish divergences and money flow coming up on the 4-hour time frame, we were looking for a potential bounce to come in here, coming up to some very specific levels that we may have talked about yesterday, and we may be rejecting those exact levels right now, but we're going to be taking a look at those levels of resistance to the upside, because there are still a couple more above us that we have to keep an eye on. And I do want to kind of break down where I think price is going to be going next. Are we going to continue down here? Are we coming up for that lackluster bounce before putting in that lower high and continuing back to the downside? What is going on with Bitcoin? So I want to break it down on tonight's, shout out to Daddy Zach, said that Bybit POC was a fire target. And that's basically where we are rejecting off of right now. But yeah, guys, I do just want to cover it. This is probably going to be the last time I talk about this, at least for a while, until I can say more. But I just want to clear one thing up with all this stuff going on with the BitBoy Crypto Hit Network stuff. I just want to clear some things up because I saw some crazy stuff out there about me. I just want to clear some things up. I think there's people out there that think that I don't support Ben because I'm still here making videos in my home studio, like making videos that we've been making for the past year and a half. And for some reason, I think that translates to people that like I'm not for Ben, I don't support Ben or anything like that. And that is like the most crazy allegation or assumption ever. I love Ben dearly, like from the bottom of my heart. I would be absolutely nothing without Ben or TJ. I would be nothing with either of them. They gave me, like, there would be no Frankie Candles if there was no Ben and TJ. So I just want to be very clear. I support Ben, and he knows that. Hopefully he sees this. I am here for him. I'm praying for him and his family. He can reach out to me anytime if he needs anything. I'm willing to help him through whatever he needs, and he knows that. But I just because we're here making videos does not mean that I'm not Team Ben or I'm not supporting Ben. I'm in a very, I also want to clear up that I am simply, I'm a partner brand of Hit Network, guys. Like, I don't make any of these decisions or anything like that. I'm simply a partner brand. And, I'm unfortunately stuck in, like, this weird situation, and there's not many options that I have to, and there's also so much more to a story like this. A lot of people think it's like black and white. I see some of the crazy stuff on Twitter. People think like they're connecting all these dots. And me, someone who actually has insight into the situation and knows what's going on from every side and every angle, like these things going on Twitter and like all these people trying to make like these connections. I see these random accounts being like, they said this on Tuesday on this. And it's wild out there, guys. But I just want to let you guys know that I'm simply a partner brand of Hit Network. And I was given the blessing to be able to come on here and make this content for the Candle Mafia, and I'm forever indebted. And that is 100%, 100% couldn't be done without Ben or TJ. And I love them both dearly. And just know that like there's so much more to a story than just like what goes out on Twitter and stuff. It's not a simple yes or no, 1 or 0 situation. There's so many intricacies, and not even I know all the details. I don't know. You guys are probably very unaware of how involved I am in certain things, and I think a lot of people think I'm like much more involved in a lot of stuff that I have no control over. So I'm just here continuing to do what we do. I 100% love Ben to death. I would be nothing without him, and I'm here for him in any way, shape, or form that he needs me. And I don't want anyone to get that twisted. And I think Ben knows that. There's no bigger fan of Ben than me. I literally moved my life to come help him. And I just like some of the things are crazy out there. And it's just there's no right or there's no real decision that I can make right now in any direction whatsoever. So all I can really do is dig deep into my character and my values as a human being and try to make as many decisions as I can based off of that. But there's so many intricacies here, guys. This is such a complicated situation, and I don't even like talking about it on my channel because that's not what this channel is for. I'm not here for the drama. I'm not here for conflict or anything like that. And anyone on Twitter who makes allegations, not just about me, guys, about anybody, you have to take that with a grain of salt, right? Like some of the stuff I saw, like there was some conspiracy theory about like me being involved in some coin. I'm not involved in any coins, guys. I've never had a project of my own in my life. And it's like funny. I look at this stuff with Mrs. Candles and I'm like, this person, like, this is a whole thread. This person thinks they're like digging into me, thinking they're like connecting these dots. And I'm just sitting here like, dude, like this must have taken a lot of time, and like they think they have everything nailed down, and it's laughable. But I just want to let you guys know, like I like to be candid, and I like to be as transparent as possible with the CandleMafia, not because that's what this channel's built off of: honesty and transparency. And obviously, there are certain things that like I cannot say, but that's not my choice. So I just want to point out, it really bothered me because there were some things going around saying that I was against Ben, which is. I am not against Ben at any. I pray for Ben, and he knows if he needs help, he can reach out to me anytime. And it really killed me because there's no bigger fan than Ben than me. I'm just stuck in a really, really hard situation, and I hate that I'm in this situation. So and just understand that my decisions are limited. I can't just make any decision I want. So just understand that, guys. Like that's why from now on, this is probably gonna be the last time I talk about this, at least until I can talk about it more in detail. But just know, guys, like. I'm not, there's no teams here. I'm in the middle of a hard situation, and I love both Ben and TJ very, very dearly. I love everybody that I work with dearly. And I'm team, like, let's come together and make cool crypto videos with our friends again. And it's just really sad. I don't want to go on too much about this, but it breaks my heart, guys. So just, take what you see on Twitter. Like 99% of the stuff you see on Twitter is a complete joke. Whether, no matter who it's about. So just keep that in mind. I try to stay true to myself as a human. I'm not in this for the clout. I'm not in this for the money even. Like, I'm in this because I genuinely found something I get to do every single day, and I genuinely love it. And we built this amazing community, and I don't really talk about this much, and I think it's been misread. The reason I don't talk about this is because I'm not about the drama. You're not going to see me come up with some crazy thumbnail, with pictures of people on it saying, "Oh my God, like exposed, what happened?" Oh my God, it's never going to happen on this channel, guys. I don't like the drama. It's not good for anybody, especially my friends. When the drama involves friends, I'm never going to try to advance my career or get clout or get clicks off my friends' names. It's absolutely asinine. I would never do that in a million years. It's just not my character. It's not who I am as a human being. So I don't talk about it publicly, but I think people I think people might kind of misconstrue the whole thing, and they see that me making videos here means that I'm like against certain people, and that's just simply not the case, guys. So take that for what it's worth. Any decision when I do have a chance to actually make any kind of decision, it doesn't matter what decision I make. I could go left, right, center of left, center of right. I'm not going to be able to please everybody. So in a situation like that, all I can do is dig deep into my actual character, how I was raised as a human being, which I genuinely believe to be a good person. So I can just dig into that and make those decisions based off my own character and my own morals and values in my own heart. Right. So, but just understand that, like, I'm not in full control of everything. So I'm just stuck in a really hard situation. So take that for what it's worth. This is the last time I'm going to talk about this until I can actually say more. Thank you to the mafia that shows up every single day. The haters come and they don't even know what they're hating about. Like, they don't know the situation. Like, for all they know, they don't know anything. Right. So just shout out to the mafia. We have the best community. I mean, the hate has been so little in our chat. It's like almost non-existent. But I was on Twitter. Probably shouldn't have been last night. Just scrolling. I just saw some crazy stuff, and I'm not going to stand here and let people tell me that I hate Ben. Not in a million years, and he knows that. Like, if there's anybody here that is a big fan of Ben, it's me. I literally moved my whole life to help him. So I couldn't let that go unseen. Somebody clip this. Like I have no hard feelings towards anybody. I'm simply in a bad situation, and I don't have full control of this situation. So I love all you guys, and I will always show up to make these videos, even if I had to start this from zero, guys. I would come back, and I would find you all and continue to make these videos. Anyway, that is going to be the last I talk about that. I see you guys. I see you guys in the chat. I love each and every single one of you guys. Hopefully this all comes to light at some point. I wish the best for everybody. All my friends know that they have my number. They can call me. They know I'm here for them in any way, shape, or form. So there you go. I think a lot of people say if you don't pick a side, you're making the wrong decision. But there's no sides, right? There's no sides. People just don't understand the situation. It's much more complex than people realize. That's all I'm going to say. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I'm going to continue to show up for you guys. But yeah, I just don't want to be in the drama. I hate you. I think people use it for clicks. I see people out there using this to their advantage, and it makes me sick. And it's sad. It's like crazy that people are coming after me. I'm probably like one of the few people that actually care about these people on a personal level. I don't care about work. I don't care about money. I don't care about views. I care about my friends being okay. So I love all you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. You always show up. I've gotten such nice DMs. This is a really difficult time. I probably have the easiest time right now compared to other people involved, and I fully understand that. But I'm dealing with some stuff over here too, guys. This affects my life in a big way too. Not again to any extent that anyone else is. Like other people are way more affected than I am. But I'm dealing with some stuff too, and I have to come up here and make videos, and it's hard to do in a time like this. So, but I still want to show up for you guys. But I do actually have I'm actually going into the city of Atlanta with Mrs. Candles tonight. I almost doxed her name, but I'm going out with Mrs. Candles into Atlanta today. You know what? If people don't want to believe me, that's fine. You could talk to anybody who knows me on a personal level. Ask anybody. Like I'm just like I'm in it for the good of humanity. I'm here for my friends. I'm not in it for the drama. Thank you to the CandleMafia for always showing up. Thank you for being nice to me and supporting me through all this. I'm not the one that needs the help. Obviously, there's other people that need help. But I appreciate you guys for being here and being so loyal and just understanding. And you know what? If people don't see that, that comes through. Hopefully, in my videos, the whole point of this channel is to be genuine and honest and just as transparent as I possibly can. But I don't make all the decisions. And with all that being said, shout out to everybody in chat. I saw you guys showing love. It really means the world to me. And without further ado, guys, we did get a pretty crazy pump on Bitcoin. I'm not going to touch on this again until probably a long time. I just feel like I didn't say enough from my end. I didn't want people thinking I was against anybody because that's simply not the case. And I think everybody involved knows that I'm not against anybody. If you know me as a person, guys, personally, it's not how I am. So there you go. But shout out to the Mafia. I just got an ESPN notification. I don't even watch sports. I don't even know why that happened. But let's go ahead and jump on into the charts, guys. Let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. Shout out to the mods. I know you guys are probably working overtime right now. I really do appreciate you. But let's go ahead and jump on right into the charts. With all that being said, guys, it is crazy like how much people think they know, and it's like so cringy for me to see. It's like it's wild, guys. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump right into the charts here because obviously, guys, we did get that little bounce on Bitcoin. They say this was due to Grayscale's lawsuit with the SEC. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Obviously, I know this is obviously old news at this point. But guys, Grayscale, we talked about this earlier today. Grayscale wins the SEC lawsuit. As you guys know, they've been rejected on their Bitcoin ETFs, I think, multiple times, and they have now basically they've been trying to get their ETFs approved. They've gotten rejected, and they basically sued the SEC, saying like, you guys have really no reason to deny these, and they actually won the lawsuit. This was why price pumped. However, we always talk about show me the charts, and I'll show you the news. And we were looking at the charts yesterday, guys, and we were looking at some stuff specifically. Taking a look at our volume profile. Okay. Shout out to Dave Digital says, please jump into chat first. We need it to feel normal. Mods rule. Thanks, team. Shout out to Aquanaut. I appreciate you for showing love to the mods. And Dave Digital, let's say what's up to chat real quick. We got the Duke in the house. What is going on? Yeah, the mods are outstanding. The Duke, I appreciate you so much. The mods are absolutely amazing. Shout out to Everybody Smile says, I know everything. Shout out to Everybody Smile. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Nabil, what is going on? V-Slim, as always, absolute OG of the channel. Thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate you. We got the Godfather in chat. Go show him some love, guys. Show him some respect. And yeah, shout out to the Godfather. Gary C, Captain Kirk, Rob the Crypto Snob. You know the mods. And you guys are already showing them love in chat. Shout out to Richard. Shout out to Richard. Jack of all trades, what is going on? Always remember, Jack, you're the last one we're shouting out here. But shout out to Jack of all trades. And remember that full saying, Jack of all trades, master of none, is always better than a master of one. Something like that. I probably butchered it. But let's go ahead. Shout out to LA Ray. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So obviously, guys, we were looking at some very specific things yesterday that were making us think that this could be somewhat of a significant bottom, right? And also, I think I said this earlier, guys, I'm going out with Mrs. Candles. This is probably going to be the shortest live stream we've done. Probably going to try to hop off at about 6:30. Mods, if you could try to police, shout out to everybody, smile. Thank you for making me smile. But yeah, Mods, if you could kind of police me on that. Thank you, Anon. I see you. Anon's like, I got you, bro. Thank you, Anon. I appreciate you. But yeah, guys, taking a look here, lower lows on our price action here. This is what we were looking at yesterday. We had those lower lows on price with our higher lows on our momentum waves, but that wasn't it, guys. That was not it. We had this bullish divergence on the 4-hour, but you guys will remember we talked specifically about those bullish divergences with confirmed, right, at a key level with money flow also coming to the upside, looking for a crossover into the green. This is most of the time a significant bottom, right? A lot of times that when you have this happen on something like the 4-hour or even like the daily, even more, this could indicate a strong bottom is in, right? Now, not necessarily a strong bottom before a yeet to 100K, but likely a strong bottom before a move to the upside. And we were comparing it to this move down here, right? You have price come down, bing bong, bing bong. You get down to that value area low, and you deviate, right? You deviate below that value area low. Even here, you had the same thing. This is why we were comparing it. You had that bullish divergence with your higher lows on your momentum waves and your lower lows on price, with our money flow coming back to the upside, right? And again, that oftentimes does mark a significant bottom. That money flow crosses over into the green. You get back above the value area low, and then you get a rip up to that value area high. This is what we were comparing our current price action to right here, where you get those bullish divergences as you deviate below that value area low. Momentum waves are coming up, money flow coming up, and then you're looking for a reclaim of the value area low and then a push up to higher prices. And I have Unique all the way just said, I'm not a bottom type of guy. Well, shout out to Unique all the way. I assume you look a little bit, or you admire a little bit higher than a bottom. Maybe you're a top admirer. But shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Andrew. I see you, bro. I see you. That's not true. Those are rumors. But I did see them talk about me, and I appreciate that. I didn't even know he knew who I was. But that was cool to see. Anyway, shout out to stuffing things that I don't think that's what he meant. I don't know. I'm just a crazy guy on camera, guys. But we were looking for that reclaim of the value area high and then a move to the upside. And I've been waiting to say this all day, guys. What was that level we were looking at? What was that level we were looking at, guys? Like I just said, the key level to the downside was the value area low, sitting right here at about 26,276. And if we were going to get a move to the upside and we were able to get above that value area low, where are we expecting price to go next? Not Gary. No, not Gary. 27.4? No, well, kind of. Yes, actually, shout out to Crypto Cowboy. That is actually kind of correct. And I'm going to talk about why in a second. But yes, the POC. As you guys, look at the POCs in chat. Let's go. You guys are crazy. You guys are learning. Let's go. Shout out to the Mafia. Yeah, guys, once you get above that value area low, the next logical place for price to go is to flip that value area low to support and then get a move up to your POC, sitting right here at about $28,050. And where did price go? Right up to that POC at $28,050. Now remember, this was a Bybit POC. However, we did not look at the POCs in chat. Let's go. Value area high in the windshield. Let's go. Satoshi Nakamoto in the house says, you meant both? I'm going to explain why there were two answers to this question. The general answer, guys, is when you lose a value area high and you cannot get back above it, you're expecting to go to your POC and then your value area low. And when you get below your value area low and you reclaim it, the next logical place for price to go is your POC and then eventually your value area high. So the answer really, the answer I was looking for was POC. But The reason 27.4 was also the correct answer was because, guys, we were also looking at 27.4 for a pretty specific reason, right? And as you guys know, we were looking at that POC right here at about $28,050. I'll even label it POC. And then we have the actual POC of the Bitstamp chart up here, and I'll explain why we're looking there in a second. And I even talked about this in the market update. But here is why we were looking at this level between about 27 and 27.5. 27.4 is kind of like middle of the road there. But we had some very, very, very interesting levels. And let me see if I can. Do I have these levels on the chart? I don't. I guess I don't. But kind of what we had there, if you go to the daily time frame, go to our indicators, type in moving average. And we go ahead and go into the settings, change it to a 200-period moving average, and we go to the daily time frame. Our 200-day moving average was coming in right here at about 27,500, right? And this has obviously trended up over time. It was at 27.3, 80, 27.4, and then obviously came up over time. But that's why that 27.4, I forget who said it, but that's why that was also technically the correct answer. Yeah, that is that was why that was the second right answer, right? So we were looking at this as kind of our first level of resistance. Not only do you have the 786 Fibonacci golden pocket retracement level, you also had that 200-day moving average right up in there as well. But we were also talking about, hey, if you're able to hold support on that value area low, there's going to be a higher likelihood than not that you're going to come up to that POC. And we didn't really get any bearish confirmations. We kind of just ripped through this first level, peaked over that 200-day moving average, and then tapped that POC before we started cooling off. But I really wish I could find, was it a fresh, might have been that fresh chart that had this level. Let me see. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is the chart we were looking at yesterday, right? So you have the Bybit POC right here. These were the three major levels of rejection that we were looking at. You have your 786. This was the level we just looked at. 200-day moving average, 786 golden pocket. And then we kind of just flew. I don't even know if we respected this on the lower time frames. We did, actually. Came up, hit our head right on that 200-day moving average. Bing, bong, kind of bullpenned it out. And then got a second rip up to your Bybit POC at 2850. And that is the real level that we started to reject. So we technically got reactions off both levels, but on any time frame higher than like the 10-minute, we kind of just shot right through this first box, being the 200-day moving average. So that's kind of why both of those answers were actually true, but came right up into that golden pocket POC, and look at that, we almost tapped that golden pocket to the dollar, but there you go, quick little rejection back to the downside, and yeah, I would be at this point, guys. Remember, money flow, and guys, it's a testament to the volume profile. Look at this. This is, and again, like, it's not always respected this well. But again, like, this is why we don't get overly bearish at support. I think I've said that probably like 400 times, in the past month. Like, when you come down to the value area low and you start losing it, this is not the time to be mega bearish, right? And look for fresh short positions, because you're likely going, you could think of this. We talked about this yesterday. Think of this, and in the market update, you're thinking of this as oversold, right? You have your area of balance is within that volume profile. The value area high, the value area low, the POC. Within this area is your area of balance, or your fair value. So once you deviate below that level, this is considered, you could think of it as oversold, and this is where you're actually looking for long positions to get back up into the volume profile, move up towards that POC, and eventually your value area high. And that's exactly why we were looking for these moves down here at the value area low, especially with the bullish divergences and money flow coming up on the 4-hour. So just, guys, I get closer and closer every single day to getting the volume profile just straight up tattooed on my forehead. And speaking of tattoos, guys, speaking of tattoos, I did reach out to the person that got the Bing Bong tattoo. You guys probably saw it on Twitter or X. Yeah, he actually got the Bing Bong tattoo. Absolute legend. I hit him up on Discord. I don't think he answered me yet, but I will be in touch with him. Absolute legend. I do not promote anybody do this. I don't promote anybody, go out there and get a CandleMafia tattoo. It is like the coolest thing in the world. But it's like absolutely mind-blowing that somebody did that. I never thought that would ever happen. Super, super. Oh, it's Dylan. Dylan. I just almost lost my voice. Shout out to Dylan King. Was it Dylan? I think it may have been. I don't want to pull up Discord because you guys know the other day we had a little bit of a mishap pulling up Discord live. But yeah, I think it is Dylan. I think it is. Hang on, let me verify that because I want to show him some love, man. Absolutely insane. Dylan. Hang on. Okay, yeah. Shout out to. Yeah, I think it is Dylan. I don't know. Yeah, shout out to, let me know. What's your Discord name, bro? Just so I can see if it's actually you. Let me know. Dylan, let me know what your Discord name is so I can verify it's you. And, absolute legend. He actually got the tattoo, guys. It's pretty dope. I will show it. Let's go. It is Dylan. Shout out to Dylan King, man. You're an absolute OG, bro. After the stream, I'm going to hit you up in Discord. I don't know. I just want to chat it up, bro. It's super cool that you did that. We never had that happen. That's super legendary. I just want to talk to you, man. Shout out to Dylan. Absolute GOAT. Guys, this is why we were looking at this at the value area low, looking for that move to the upside. It's simply a game of the volume profile. And if I pull up a clean chart here, you can see it, right? Even if you don't have the indicators, not that I would ever blindly gamble like this, right? You don't want to just blindly gamble, but you deviate from the high, right? You're looking for a move back down to the POC and potentially the low. You get it, right? You bing bong around, you deviate from the low, you get the bullish divergences, which you don't even ignore the divergences, but you deviate from the low. You're looking to come back into the volume profile, flip it to support, come up to the high, you deviate from the high, you get your bearish confirmations, you come back into the range, you're looking to go to the low, you come back to the bottom, you're looking for bullish confirmations, which we found last night on the stream, and you're looking to come up, but not only looking for a move up, you're looking for a move up to a very specific level, and that is the POC at 2850, and you can't make it up, guys. And again, I don't say this because, look, I'm a genius. Look, you can do this too, and anybody can, right? So right up to that POC, nice little rejection, but where are we headed now? So here's the thing. You guys know my general sentiment on the market because of our money flow on the higher time frames. I'll just pull it up real quick so you guys can get a visual on it. On Market Cypher B, 5-day money flow crossing into the red. 4-day money flow looking to cross over into the red. 3-day money flow is back in the red. Now, this would indicate that the longer term trend will likely continue to the downside, right? Money flow indicates the longer term trend, especially when you're looking at the higher time frame money flow, right? So with these money flows on the higher time frames coming out into the red, this would indicate to me that the trend is likely to continue down. But notice something else. We looked at this yesterday on the stream. VWAPs on the higher daily time frames. Although your money flow is coming out, your VWAPs are crossing up. But the VWAPs indicate short-term price action, right? The ebbs and the flows of the market, not the long-term trend. If you've been looking at the chart for longer than 5 minutes, I'll just spit this really quickly, right? And I talk about this a lot, so I'm sorry if this is repetitive for some people, but if you're new, this will make a lot of sense. You have a trend, right? You have a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high. This is an uptrend, right? But within this uptrend, right, this trend is going up, right? But within that uptrend, there is interior or internal price action, right? So you have internal structure. So you'll have little highs and lows within all these highs and lows, right? You have the ebbs and the flows of the market or the noise of the market, but the overall trend is to the upside. So the money flow indicates this. The money flow indicates the overall trend. And the VWAP crossovers or the red and green dots indicate the ebbs and flows within that trend, right? So you might have, VWAP, green dot, red dot, 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 right? So you have that internal structure inside the bigger trend, and that's indicated by the green dots or the VWAP crossovers. And that's how I interpret Market Cypher, right? And to show you on the chart, if we come up to, say, the, let's go. I'm going to try to find like a clear, here you go, 2-day, right? Money flow crosses into the green right here, right? What happens? You start an uptrend, right? So that money flow crossover indicates the trend. But you see the red, green dot, red, green dot, red dot, green dot, red dot, green dot. all those red dot, green dots indicate the little ups and downs within the larger structure, right? So the green dots and the red dots indicate things like this move down, or this move up, or this move down, or this move up, or this move down, or this move up, or this move down. But the direction of the money flow, you can see it was curving down here, indicates the overall trend. So hopefully that clears some things up for people who maybe couldn't understand how I interpreted Market Cipher. But this is important for what I'm about to say. Because money flow is crossing to the downside, we would expect this downtrend locally to continue, right? And especially because it's coming out now on the 4 and the 5 day as well, we would expect this in the long term to potentially continue the trend to the downside. But with these VWAPs coming up, we have to expect a little bit of noise in the market. And in this case, it's noise to the upside, right? So here you go. And that's why my general sentiment has been, if we do get a push to the upside, I will look for price to pump into one of these levels and put in a lower high before continuing back down to lower prices and potentially putting in a new lower low, at least a new lower low from back here in June. So, does that make sense to everybody? That's kind of how I interpret the money flow as well as the VWAP crossovers or red and green dots. And don't worry, I'm going to cover this on a million other streams in the future. But, I just want to make sure everybody kind of understands what I'm looking at here. Because it's a big part of my analysis, and it'll help you endlessly, whether you're looking at Market Cipher or it'll just help you understand what I'm talking about on the stream, and just understand my general sentiment. So our overall kind of thoughts on Bitcoin were probably going to get a bounce at the value area low. Not only did we have the confirmations I just talked about, but also we had a big move down with zero relief, right? So the chance that you're going to get a retracement in here were pretty high anyway. But we are now looking for, we were talking about how you don't know if you're going to reject here, you don't know if you're going to reject here or up in this purple box. And the truth is, there really is no way to kind of tell which level you're going to reject. However, one thing I will say here is this money flow crossover, like this push up, this big move up happened very, very quickly. This now puts this money flow crossover into the green on the 4 hour very, very kind of young. It's very young, right? This money flow just crossed over into the green, right? So remember I said that the money flow indicates the trend and the VWAP and green dots indicate the noise in the market, right? So with that being said, the money flow on the 4 hour would indicate that we're going to continue this trend to the upside. But remember, when you zoom out, this is that even if this uptrend winds up continuing to bring us up here, even into this purple box, it's going to look like a massive uptrend. But on a higher time frame, we are simply just looking at it. Let me zoom out here a little bit. We are simply just looking at it as a lower high, right? A little pump up on the higher time frames to put in a lower high and then potentially break down and come down to lower prices. So that was kind of the sentiment, and it's kind of playing out here. Now, again, there's no telling, it's not impossible to come up and rip through these yearly highs. I think it's less likely for that to happen, but it doesn't mean it can't happen, right? We've been wrong before. Thank you so much, Tyler Durden. I appreciate you for updating me on the time. Let's see. Someone asked a question about the, let's see. Someone asked a question. Can money flow change drastically to reverse that trend on the longer scale based on bullish inflows from events like Grayscale win? Yes, absolutely. When you get a crazy bullish event like this, now in this case, the money flow in the 4 hour was indicating this move up. This is why I love TA, guys. This is why I love TA, because it's so cool. We're at a key level of support. I'm not going to go over it again. We talked about the bullish divergences, right? We talked about the bullish confirmations at our key level of support. We were expecting this money flow to, if this money flow crosses over into the green, we're likely going to get a move up, right? And it just so happens that the news came out today. We were literally looking at this on the live stream yesterday, and all of a sudden, it pumps based off the news. Did it pump off the news, or did it pump because the chart said it was going to pump? And I'm not here to say the news doesn't pump the price, because obviously Grayscale winning the lawsuit is very bullish and is going to cause price to go up. But it's just wild because you could see this, right? We saw this money flow was starting to come up all the way back here on the 26th, Saturday 26th. We knew the money flow was coming up, right? So again, it's not as easy as just being able to look at this and predict the future and make $1 bazillion. It's obviously a lot harder than that. There's a lot more intricacies, managing the trade, all that. But it's just wild. Show me the charts, I'll tell you the news. I honestly used to hate when people would say that. I'd kind of be like, all right, man, calm down. I get it, but But I don't know, man. It's like it gets crazier and crazier every time I see it happen. Just absolutely wild. And like I'm going to start saying, like, guys, it looks like it's going to go up here. We just got to figure out what the story is going to be. Is it going to be a Bitcoin ETF? It looks like we're going to dump. Are they going to, going to reject more ETFs? Like, what is going to be the story? And I'm going to start taking bets on what the story is going to be. I'm gonna see if there's a place I can put in bets on. I think this is why Bitcoin's gonna dump. I think this exchange is gonna go down. I'm gonna start taking bets like that. But this is why I love the chart so much. But we did come up to this key level of support. Of resistance. We are starting to reject it, but I will say this with this young money flow crossover into the green on the 4-hour, it does look like we could potentially continue the uptrend. For me to kind of lose the, we'd have to really start cracking these yearly highs or really get above this 786 at about $30,453. If we can get all the way back up there and decisively flip that level to support, maybe then we can kind of flip more towards a higher high incoming. Because I am kind of torn, to be honest. Like the higher time frames, like I'm just bringing the information to light here, but the It's kind of hard, right? Because our overall sentiment is that this may be the start of a downtrend. However, the fact that we did indeed put in a higher low here, right? Even if you go over to the weekly time frame, like this was kind of our plan forever. We have officially put in a higher low on the weekly time frame. So the market structure here is still intact. And we were looking for a potential move down to this value area low. As long as we didn't break these lows, these previous lows, I was looking for a potential higher low to come in here to continue and break these yearly highs. But the fact that we are, just the fact that money flow has to really start turning around on the higher time frames for me to go back to that sentiment. Because right now with the money flow on the higher time frames, it's kind of calling for the downtrend to begin. So although we did put in a higher low here, technically on the higher time frames, with the money flow, you still could start a downtrend here, but it is hard to see. If that money flow starts flipping around on those higher time frames, we could wind up seeing things go bullish, but we have to see that happen first. Until then, I am expecting a lower high to either come in here or to come in up here in this purple box, which is our next major level of resistance, which is between the 786. It's a 786 golden pocket Fibonacci retracement level, as well as the Bitstamp POC and the value area high of the range. So this is kind of that last-ditch effort to put in that lower high. I mean, even here, if you put in the lower high, you could still reverse back to the downside. I could even put a purple box on this because that would technically be a pretty key level to look for a reversal at. But, once you start breaking this level, that's where you're like, okay, maybe we're going to $1 bazillion. But until then, until that money flow winds up going back into the green on the higher time frames, I will be expecting a lower high to come in here to roll back over to the downside. And again, with this money flow crossover being fresh on the 4-hour, it does look like we could push up to some of these higher levels. The strongest level, in my opinion, is going to be this golden pocket retracement level, in confluence with the POC and the value area high of the range. But we're going to have to see what happens. Like I said, locally, I do think it can continue up. You even have the 3-day green dot now printing, but money flow is still in the red, right? So that is indicating that short-term bounce, but before potentially rolling back over to the downside. So we're going to have to let the price action develop there. One thing I do want to check in on with you guys is going to be, let's go back to the indicators. Go back to the indicators. Go back to the moving averages. And let's go ahead and change this to 200 and come up to the weekly time frame. Right now, this is on top of the Bitstamp POC, like we are now back testing, bearishly retesting that 200-week moving average. So, going to be a big level to get above and close. We got to start closing weekly candles back above this. If we start closing weekly candles above this, we could open up the opportunity to potentially continuing a bullish trend here, but we got to get over this, and we're not really going to know if we're closing those weekly candles on here or above here until, Sunday, essentially, right? 5 days and 2 hours. So, with that being said, 5-day green dot looking to print. Like, if this money flow does roll back up aggressively, I would have to see it roll up aggressively, but if we start seeing that, guys, you could wind up continuing bullish here, but as of right now, you have to. I have to go by what is on the charts, right? Money flow crossing over into the red, definitely more of a bearish look. right? And you could keep an eye on that 2-day money flow because this is likely going to be the first one that winds up rolling back to the upside. But again, 3-day green dot, 4-day printing, 4-day green dot looking to print, 5-day green dot looking to print, 6-day even creeping up there looking to print a green dot. So again, that's why we were a part of the reason why we were anticipating significant bounce to come in here. And I even said, like, if you go to the 4-hour, it's going to look like a massive move. Everyone's going to be calling for 100K. But remember, when you zoom out, could just be, even if you come all the way up here, could just be putting in that lower high to roll back to the downside. So there you go, guys. Absolutely, like, couldn't have asked for that to kind of play out any better. Shout out to Ryan Donald. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you. He says, I've learned a lot watching you doing TA. Well, Ryan, that is literally the sole reason I come up here and do that. And those are the chats and comments that I love to see because that's why I do it, right? It means that I'm not wasting my time. I'm up here actually doing what I set out to do. Captain Kirk says, it's time. Shout out to the UFC and our boy Bruce Buffer. Thank you guys for keeping me on track. As you guys know, I do have to go out with Mrs. Candles somewhat soon. But let me hang on, guys. Let me ask my mom. Let me ask my mom if I could still hang out with my friends for a little bit longer because I can almost guarantee you that she's still getting ready. Sometimes I'm not gonna. They take a long time to get ready. So let me bear with me. Let me see if she is. Let me see if I can keep hanging out with my friends. And while I wait for her to respond, I will take a quick look at some of the altcoins, just because there were some very, very, very specific things that I was looking at on some of the altcoins yesterday, and we're seeing that play out today. And guys, I will. Shout out to everybody. Smile said, better hurry up before Olive Garden closes. Hey, is that an Italian joke? You think all of Italians are just eating Olive Garden? It's actually a sin to go to Olive Garden if you're Italian. You can't eat any Italian food unless it's your grandmother's, and otherwise you get in trouble. She's gonna eat your face. Shout out to Crimson. Wolfman Ate My Coin said, Frankie is a short stream boss. You guys know I'm never pushing the envelope. I never end streams late. I always end them early, as you guys know. I just never go over our time. But guys, I will cover the let's see, just catching up, watching the beginning. Much love. Shout out to Jedi Skirk. I appreciate you so much, man. Cheeks, I see the super chat, man. I'm gonna go through all the super chats at the end of the stream just because I want to get through the TA because I am pressed on time. Yes, okay. I do have a little bit of extra time. Mrs. Candles is not ready yet. But let's go ahead and I do. Hey, shout out to Cheeks for gifting those 10 Frankie Candles memberships. Let's go. D Petty Crypto got one. Let's go. I appreciate you, Cheeks. Thank you so much. And I will get back to your super chat in a second. But real quick, I do want to take a look at Ethereum, guys, because as you know, we've been looking at something super, super, super important on Ethereum, and that is the monthly Blood Diamond. And guys, we literally talked about this. Oh, no. Why did that do it to me? Why did it do it to me? Guys, it unprinted. We unprinted that weekly or that monthly Blood Diamond on Ethereum, and I guess it's just back now. So yeah, this was not here when I looked at it this morning. I was going to put it in the market update, but it was just a little too long. So I figured I'd talk about it tonight, but it's back. But remember, guys, we still have 2 days. If we continue this pump, this Blood Diamond could go away. So that's why, I've been saying I'm not going to take this too seriously until it confirms. And then we were saying if it confirms and we get a massive dump based off of Black Swan, the Blood Diamonds on the monthly are officially Black Swan alert signals. Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that. It is now flashing. It was not here earlier this morning, so I had to keep an eye on it. I was kind of excited to show you guys that, but it's back. It just totally screwed me. But if we take a look at Matic, guys, we were talking about Matic last night, and we were looking at some pretty interesting stuff. First off, I do just want to point out we do have the I want to talk about this, but also you do have right here locally, you have your bullish divergence on your 4-hour confirmed with your money flow starting to come up here. This would indicate that a significant bottom was coming in, right? Like this is what we were kind of looking at on Bitcoin to signal a consistent a significant bottom incoming, right? You have the bullish divergence, the lower lows on your price, the higher lows on your momentum waves, and the money flow beginning to come back up on your 4 hour. At this point, as soon as you are able to see this money flow starting to come out, you are thinking to yourself, hey, this might have been a significant bottom. The confirmation of this bullish divergence might have been a significant bottom, and we may be able to get a pump back to the upside. That's just one way you could have seen this. This is not what we were looking at yesterday, but the reason I bring it up is because I see it on Matic just like I saw it on Bitcoin. And you can see it did give you a significant pump to the upside. However, what we were looking at on the live stream last night was actually on the higher time frames, and a lot of the altcoins are actually showing this, and it is a bullish divergence on the 2-day time frame. You have your lower lows on your price. You have your higher lows on your momentum waves. Now, granted, this is not the strongest angle, but it is a higher low, right? So you have your bullish divergence, and I talked about this on the market update today. We actually wound up getting a 20% pump after the printing of that bullish divergence. And, the reason I show this is, when you're looking at the charts and you're looking at something, when you see a bullish divergence on the 2-day, more often than not, it is going to give you a significant move to the upside. Now, it doesn't look significant right now, but come down to the 4 hour, right? Like, that's a pretty big pump. And just so you know, this might not be over, right? Like, this could just be getting started. We could wind up starting an even bigger move to the upside, potentially coming up here to test some of these levels from our previous range that we were trading in from above. And you can see our value area low. Our value area low is coming in right here at 72 cents. That is our previous value area low. Obviously, we deviated from that value area low, came back up, kissed that point of control right here. Actually, not really. We kind of front ran it, to be completely honest. If I extend it to the right, we may have actually touched it. No, not even. But we are right now testing our current value area low, and if we continue up here, I actually would continue to watch this level at about 72.5 cents for another potential rejection. And if I pull my fib from the high all the way to the low, you can see here we do have some golden pocket confluence on that level as well. So if we are able to get above this value area low, I would be looking for a potential move into this purple box or even that 786 Fibonacci retracement level. And if you're able to get above there, eventually you are eventually expecting to get up to your POC, which is coming in at about 91 cents. Which is, that would be a pretty nice move from where we're at right now, but that is pretty far away. First off, I would be keeping an eye on this value area low at 62.90, which we are currently testing right now. If we get above that level, I would look towards that previous value area low at 72.5 cents, and then you have your top of your golden pocket up here at about 76 cents, and your 786 Fibonacci retracement level at 81 cents. These are kind of the key levels I would look for if this move does continue up, but the reason I bring this up is because those 2-day bull divs do not lie. More often than not, they will give you a pretty decent move to the upside. And again, just for what it's worth, if you're trying to learn here, when you leave a value area, you are looking for a move up, and that value area low bearish retest is usually the first place I am looking to take profit if I am in a long position down here, right? Depending on kind of the scope of my trade, is it a swing trade? If I'm trading it based off of the 2-day bullish divergence, that would, show me that, that I would probably be looking to hold it a little longer if I'm taking the trade off of the 2-day. Money flow still in the red here, so keep that in mind. So I would, in this case, I'm not in this trade, but if I was, I would be looking to take profit at the value area low and then this purple box. But that 2-day bull div absolutely playing out beautifully. So there you go. You actually also had a confirmed bull div on your daily as well. I don't know if you looked at that yesterday or not. Shout out who just gifted those memberships. Shout out to Golden. Hey, what's going on, Golden? Thank you for being our 50 Frankie Candles memberships. Shout out to Golden. Frankie, thank you for answering my question last minute last night. Oh, I was like, Golden. What? I just almost ate the microphone. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, Golden. I was like, I feel like you're fresh in my mind for some reason. Yes. Dude, I'm so happy you saw that, bro. I said, thank you for answering my question last minute last night. Here's some love for the Candle Mafia. Shout out to Golden. Not only, bro, you sent a $100 super chat. I had to come back. I didn't see it. Someone let me know in chat. Thank God. But yeah, shout out to Golden. Bro, thank you for that $100 super chat. That was not a cheap super chat. Just so you know, bro, I appreciate the love for sure. But you could just hit me with a free chat. If I see it, I try to take a look at it. But I appreciate you so much, man. And gifting the 50 Frankie Candles memberships. You get a membership. You get a membership. You get a membership. Shout out to Crypto Billy. But yeah, shout out to Golden, bro. Thank you so much for showing love. I'm glad you saw that. I don't know if you were in there live, but I'm really glad that you wound up seeing that. Did you see it live? Let me know. Someone said Mrs. Candles got a membership. Did she really? No way. Let's go. That's so funny. Wait, she's here? No way. No, I don't think she's in here, guys. She might be lurking. I don't know. Mrs. Candle somehow got a membership without being in the stream. That's wild. Shout out to Golden, bro. I really do appreciate you, man. I really do. This is why she's watching Matt with VGP. Mrs. Candle, show yourself. Say what's up to the Mafia if you're in here. And let me know. Are you done getting ready? Because I'm supposed to cut this stream short. But I don't know. Let me see. Let me text her. I don't know if she's in the chat. Okay. Okay. So while we are waiting for Mrs. Candles to answer, once again, she's always watching. Yeah, Matt. I gotta. Shout out to Ryan. Says I desperately need a membership. I really want to learn. Someone should please help me out. Shout out to Ryan. Just so you know, the memberships don't give you. I'll let Tony let you know what the memberships give you because I don't want to butcher what the things are. But we're not talking about Discord memberships. They're YouTube memberships. Just so you know, it seems like you might think that they're Discord memberships. I don't know. Yeah. Mrs. Candle's checking in to see if I'm shutting down the stream yet. Yeah. They give you emojis. Yeah, they give you emojis. I think you also, I don't want to butcher it. I don't want to say it gives you something that it doesn't. But yeah, Mrs. Hashtag lurking. Shout out to Dave Digital. But members only. Let's go. Shout out to Papa. But guys, I do want to go ahead and continue on. Shout out to Kush Patel. I appreciate you for being here, bro. I do also, guys, want to check in on mask. I am still in my mask short. This thing, I don't know, man. This thing, I think I'm going to hold this. Money flow continuing to come out on the daily. VWAP looking to roll back over to the downside. This money flow on the higher time frames, even on the 3-day coming out, I might have to hold through some turbulence here. But I do think this thing may be able to continue down. Not saying short it right now. I would actually highly recommend you don't short it right now. But not financial advice. That's just what I wouldn't do. But, I might have to go on a ride here and ride this thing up a little bit more. I'm not 100% sure. It's kind of unclear. All this higher time frame money flow, it would indicate a bigger move down is coming, and if we can get below this value area low, we may even be on the way to about 690. But I've already taken profits on this trade. It's up about a little over $3,000. I have a lot of profit locked in, so even if I get stopped out, it's a winning trade. But I might hold this one for the bit. I might risk this one for the biscuit because this money flow does not look good on the higher time frames. But locally, I will say it's looking very similar. Even if you come up here to something like the 8-hour, you have the exact thing we just talked about with the lower lows on our price action into a key level with our higher lows on our momentum waves, giving us that bullish divergence with money flow trending to the upside, right? So that could have marked this as a significant bottom before getting some kind of significant retracement, but the higher time frame money flow would indicate that if you were going to get a pump here, it would likely be, I can't even see where the wicks are because I drew too much stuff. But, if you do wind up coming on down here, yeah, we might wind up getting some kind of a significant pump based off of these 8-hour bull divs with the 8-hour bull divs with the money flow coming up. Could give us a significant bounce here, but those higher time frames are making it likely that it would just be a pump into one of these levels to put in a lower high and then potentially continue down to new lows. Not new lows, but lower lows. So just checking in on Mask. I'm not taking the altcoin request, guys, because I am going to be hopping off pretty soon here as soon as Mrs. Candles tells me she's ready. But I'm just going to keep going here. We will take a look at Cardano because, as you guys know, we were looking at the same thing. The lines are still drawn here on Cardano, right? So it looks a little messy right now, but I know we were looking at that 2-day bull div yesterday. or we were looking at this when it was printing, but also looking at it yesterday. A lot of the altcoins were putting in these 2-day bullish divergences. Shout out to V-Slim, said, going to Applebee's tonight. 1 shake, 2 straws. Shout out to V-Slim. Yeah, I love that, bro. I love that. It reminds me of good old times. Shout out to V-Slim. Mrs. Candles eats almost exclusively chicken fingers and small Greek salads. So, yeah, we're kind of limited to where we can go. Anywhere that is, she's only, small Greek salad and chicken fingers. That's like all she likes. So yeah, she's like half a little kid and then like half an adult eating salad. It's really funny. But continuing on here, lower lows on your price action and higher lows on your momentum waves, again, on the 2-day time frame here, was indicating that once we got that 786 retracement, that we could get a significant bounce to the upside. Now, Cardano didn't bounce like Matic did, but since the printing of that divergence, we did come up, I think, about almost 9%. So obviously looks like a small move on the 2-day, but coming on down something like that, like the 1 hour, obviously this was a pretty nice little bounce to the upside. Now coming on to our 4-hour money flow crossing over into the green, you also have those bullish divergences confirmed again into a key level, which is your 786 Fibonacci retracement level. So same kind of deal here, right? You lose the low, deviate below the value area low, you hit a key level, put in the bullish divergences, money flow's coming up, you bing bong around, and then bang, you get a break above your range. So in the short term here, if, I wouldn't be surprised if you wind up getting a little bit of a cool off, maybe coming back down and testing this value area high. I will pull the local Fibonacci retracement level from the high to the low. You see you do have pretty nice confluence here on your golden pocket value area high, right about here. So, yeah, I would look for, if we do come back down, I would look for a bounce off of this level. If we get accepted back into that value area high, you have to be open to the fact that you might fill that whole range to the value area low. Oh, Cheeks gifting another 50 Frankie Candles memberships. Yo, Cheeks, I'm sorry. Golden. Why'd I say Cheeks gifts a lot? Shout out to Golden gifting another 50K. Dude, 100 memberships in one stream. That's not cheap, dude. That's not cheap, bro. I appreciate you so much. Yo, Golden's got money to throw. I like that, bro. I like your style. Shout out to, we will take a look at XRP in a second. Shout out to Manir. Shout out to Golden, man. 100 memberships. That is not cheap, bro. I really appreciate you, man. That's nuts. People still getting the memberships. Absolutely insane. Thank you so much, bro. Everybody gets a membership. I think Gary Gensler got one. Shout out to Gary. James Kramer. James Kramer, if you're in the chat, bro, let us know if you got that membership. Absolutely insane. 50 memberships. Nuts, man. Shout out to Golden. Shout out to Cheeks, too. Shout out to everybody gifting those memberships. Absolutely insane. And he gave a $100 super chat. Bro, dude, thank you, bro. I really do appreciate you, man. Gary needed a win. Shout out to Creighton C, bro. You're funny, man. Oh, God. Shout out to Golden. I really appreciate you, man. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. That's what I'd be looking at on Matic. I'm going to go ahead and check out XRP, and then, we're going to go ahead and jump out and take a look at XRP. Take a look at the 4-hour, guys. And then I just want to go back to Bitcoin really, really briefly, and then we'll spin the wheel, and then I'll head out with Mrs. Candles. Luckily, I actually wound up being live for way longer than I thought I was going to be able to. But let's go ahead and... let's go ahead and continue on, right? 4-hour money flow has already crossed over into the green here, right? So you actually didn't really have, you had a slight bull div here, potentially. Yeah, you did have a slight not even. It's like a very slight bullish divergence here with money flow coming up. But let me pull our range here. Let me get rid of that golden pocket. And we'll get rid of that level as well. Let me pull this actually down here. So, yeah. XRP. Let me pull up our other XRP chart. Come here. Where is it? There it is. Okay. So this is our actual XRP chart. As you guys know, I have been basically saying I'm not really expecting anything crazy out of XRP until we can get above the value area high, right? And again, like XRP been like, specifically XRP, been incredibly boring. just kind of bing-bonging around in this little micro range, sitting. We broke below this value area high, filled the entire range, came all the way back down to the value area low before ripping right back up, testing that value area high, and now we are testing it once again. But it's not until we're able to decisively get over this level that I would look for a move back up to our previous value area low, coming in at about 62 cents. V Slim said, "Don't you have to shower and down beer real quick before you go on your date?" Yeah. Shout out to my 20-minute showers. But yeah, shout out to V Slim. But yeah, let's go ahead. I want to continue on. Golden number 1. Shout out to Golden, man. That's crazy, bro. You're out here. You're out here showing support. I really do appreciate you. Golden for the win. Let's go. Shout out to Golden. But yeah, that's what I'm looking for, guys. If we get a move above that value area high, until we get a move above that level, and hold support. I'm not looking for a move up. If we do wind up getting that, I would look for a move up. Next major level of resistance is going to be right here. I'll change this to purple. This is going to be the previous value area low at 62, almost 63 cents, and that would likely be the next major level of resistance. Your key levels to the downside are obviously going to be, first major level of support, going to be that POC, and then your value area low. POC coming in at 46 cents, value area low coming in at 42 cents. So there you go. That's what I would be looking at on XRP. And then in the short term, 4-hour VWAP is cooling off, right? Not impossible to see things come back down a little bit here. This is a common theme amongst a lot of these coins that pumped. VWAP rolling back over on the 4-hour. I'll be honest, money flow actually coming out kind of aggressively on XRP here. But this could come up into a bigger green wave, but I would look for potentially a short-term cool-off here. And again, that goes for a lot of this other stuff as well. Taking a look at Bitcoin, I don't know if I covered kind of the more short-term here, but 4-hour VWAP rolling back over as you hit that POC. Do we have those bearish confirmations, guys? We did have a 12-minute bearish divergence. Didn't get it on the 15. But if you take a look at the 12-minute, we did indeed, at least on regular candles. Let me spawn our actual POC. Gonna have to zoom all the way back here. Bear with me. I'm gonna crack that Aztecian Cactus Moss Water. And there we go. Okay, so as we approach that POC, which was our key level of resistance, now, granted, guys, this would kind of be, this is not all we look for, but once you get up to that key level of resistance, what happened here, right? A lot of people would say, well, hey, let me actually pull up the actual chart that we've been looking at, right? These are our key levels that we're looking for the rejections at, here, 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 and here. But if you zoom into that 12-minute time frame, what happened? Well, we kind of respected this level a little bit, but then we yeeted up to put in that bearish divergence on the 15-minute, and, the 12-minute, higher highs on your price action, momentum coming out, making lower highs, and money flow was kind of flat here, so I will say this, not all the confirmations were there. This actually looked like it may have wanted to push up one more time, so I'm not saying I did not take this trade. I don't know if I even would have. I was not sitting at my desk at the exact time this happened, but you start getting these low time frame bearish divergences, right? You see it on the 5-minute, higher highs, lower highs, and then even if you come down to the 1-minute, you can start to see, I guess not even really, to be honest. I was going to say you could see the money flow coming out, but not really. But you get those bearish divergences. You start to reject. You come back down. And now money flow is starting to come out. So one thing I would be looking at here, guys, would be money flow on that 15-minute, right? We may kind of just consolidate up here, create a range. But, if we see this money flow cross over into the red on the 15 or even the 12-minute continues out here with that the 3 and the 4-hour red dots, that's where I would expect if we are going to get a bigger cool off, I would look for that. So in the short term, I don't know if we're going to keep yeeting up. I would actually look for either sideways consolidation or, maybe we create some kind of a new range up in here. And then we can pull a volume profile, find a nice entry for either a continued move up or a short to the downside. However, we may just continue to consolidate or even correct a little bit more. But with the way the money flow is looking on the 4-hour time frame with this fresh money flow crossover, as long as this doesn't dip back into the red, it does look like we could potentially continue this trend to the upside. 1 hour money flow looking to cross over into the red, however. That is telling a little bit of a different story. But money flow not really confluent with that. So I would look for potentially a short-term cool-off before continuing that trend to the upside, guys. And those are the major things I'm looking at, not only on Bitcoin, but also Ethereum, ADA, Matic, and XRP. But, guys, I think that's all the time. Did Frankie close that maker short? Death Burka. I just took a look at this, actually, if you scrub back a little bit. But no, we are still in this short, which obviously wound up hitting for like 25%. I could try to pull it up here. Yeah, it's up about, I think it's up about $3,000. I'm going to hold it. Yeah, it's up about $3,000. So there you go. I mean, I've showed this a bunch of times, but there you go. It's up about 2,500. 2,500 unrealized. I got some locked in. 127% in profit. So yeah, it does. Death Burger, the money flow in the higher time frames is looking pretty bearish. So I'm not really. Yeah, I'm like looking at potentially. I'm probably going to take more profit and then just hold it and see if we can get another move down. But my stop loss will be at break even, so I can't lose that trade. All right, let's go ahead and Mrs. Candle's looking for her baseball bat if Frankie doesn't finish soon. But yeah, guys, I'm not trying to get have my kneecaps beaten out by a baseball bat. So I'm gonna go ahead and start spinning that wheel of pain and pleasure. Because we didn't get to spin it yesterday, guys. So mods, if you guys can let me know how many spins we have, it doesn't have to be an exact number. Maybe just, if anything, give the Mafia some leeway, give them some extra spins. But just let me know, and then I will start spinning that wheel. But yeah, I'll be honest, guys, like pretty short stream here. I guess not really, right? No, yeah, it's about halftime. But I feel like we covered a lot. I feel like it was a little bit less rambling, a little bit more straight to the point. Shout out to Darren Does Things. Says, later, Frank, have an amazing day. Remember, POC into value area low. First, ask, shout out to Darren Does Things. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. Let's see. Go on your date. Shout out to Johnny Jackhammer. Let's see. Tyler Durden said 5 spins from yesterday. And then, yeah, okay, so 5 spins from yesterday. How many likes do we have? Smash that like button. I don't even think I said that today. Let's see. Smash that like button if you guys have not already. Let's see, 409 likes. If we can get up to 450 by the time I'm done spinning, I will spin it another 5 times. And I'm actually going to give you guys some extra spins here. I'm just going to randomly spin it a few extra times just because I think we missed even more. Yeah, I think we missed even more spins than this. So I'm just going to go ahead and spin it a bunch of times. She really wants those chicken nuggets. Shout out to Creighton C. Let's see. Have a great day, brother. Shout out to George. I appreciate you for being here. Don't blame us, Mrs. Candles. We tried to warn him. Shout out to Crypto Cowboy. Yeah, I can't. I think I still hear the hair dryer or the whatever, the air wrap or whatever. I don't know what the kids are using nowadays. Not even an air dryer. It's like a hair dryer. It's not even a hair dryer. It's like I don't know. It was expensive. I got it for her for Christmas. And I was like, I don't remember how. I think it was like close to $1,000. And I was like, dang, like, listen, Mrs. Candles, anything you want, just say the word. But like, it's a hair dryer. Like, what does this thing do? Guys, low key, she used it in front of me, and I was like, yo, that thing is sick. Totally worth, I think it was like almost $1,000. I don't think it was quite $1,000. But yeah, she used it, and I was like, yo, that thing is like magic. Super dope. Yo, Alexandra G. Shout out to Alexandra G. She said Dyson. Yeah, I think it's called the Dyson Air Wrap or something like that. Yeah, and that thing is super... yeah, that thing is like super high tech. Like the engineering behind that, like Tony D would actually really love that. All the girls know. Yeah, Sue Deep. Yeah. Yeah, she uses an air fryer to dry her hair. Shout out to Crypto Wealth. Dyson is the best. Jessica. Yeah, I guess it's like the hot thing. Crypto Totoro said, "How are you still here, Frankie?" Totoro, I'm hopping off now. So ridiculous. Yeah, I'm hopping off now, bro. I promise. I'm just trying to give you guys some extra giveaways today because we didn't spin the wheel for a couple days. I'll spin it 12 times, and then we're out of here. How many crow is enough? 500K, 1 million, 1.5 million. Ooh, that's a good question. Shout out to V-Slim. Yeah. Ninja food is where it's at. Shout out to the Ninja food. All right. let's see. What are we at? 10. Spin numero 10. 500K if it gets back to the all-time high. Ooh. Crimson said 0. But yeah. All right, here we go. Is that it? Is that 10? Oh, we got 2 more. 2 more spins, and we are all Gucci. Nearly hit $1 less. Yeah, so $1 million. Let's see. And it's under 100 bones. Yo. You're talking about Ninja. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Ninja air fry and hair for the win. Ninja makes like appliances. They make hair stuff too? Oh, God. Don't tell Mrs. Candles that. Don't tell Mrs. Candles that. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 giveaways out of 12. Not that bad. Shout out to the CandleMafia. There we go. 10 out of 12 giveaways. That can't, could be a worse hit rate than that. But speaking of Ninja, guys, I actually, we actually got the Ninja Creamy, I think it's called. It makes ice cream out of anything. And if you're ever having a bad day, you could just freeze anything and then put it in this machine, and it turns it into like the perfect consistency ice cream. I don't know how it works. It's magic, but it's the bee's knees, if you will. I love you, Dad. Shout out to Shane. I love you back, son. But guys, with all that being said, I appreciate you all for tuning in. Shout out to Golden. Thank you so much for gifting those 100 Frankie Candles memberships. You are an absolute legend. Shout out to Dylan for getting the CandleMafia tattoo, which doesn't even sound like real words coming out of my mouth. Shout out to Jonah Plainclothes. Shout out to Crypto Killer Whale. Shout out to Golden. He was just the next person in chat. He said spin it again. I did spin it again, and it was a giveaway. I'm going to spin it again here, Golden, just because you're giving so much away. And we'll spin it again. Let's see. I'm not showing the screen, but it landed on nope, but I'm just going to give you so mods 2 more giveaways. I'm just going to give them 2 more giveaways because shout out to Golden. But guys, with all that, shout out to JT. You guys are out of control. Shout out to the CandleMafia. Aaron K said you're a good man, Frankie. I appreciate you, Aaron. I just try the best I can. Like I said, guys, take everything with a grain of salt that you hear on the internet. I'm just here being myself and just, doing what I feel. I'm doing what I can, right? So with all that being said, guys, I love each and every single one of you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for gifting the memberships. Thank you for the super chats. And thank you for tuning in and doing 2 hours of TA, really just like an hour and a half of TA with your boy Frankie Candles and the rest of the CandleMafia. And with all that being said, guys, I'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy DZ. That's all I got. Frank Candles out. Bing bong.
Hey, yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time? Look, I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peace. You gon' see the flex when you hear these writtens. Trust me, you know the difference. I got a long ways to climb before you see a slippage. I see the process and the journey I'm supposed to be, but perplexed, cause I don't really see nobody close to me. Hopefully this ain't wasted and I know it ain't. You gotta take the time for seasoning to marinate. You need the patience and the pressure just to detonate. I'm trying to blow up and these heathens need to get it straight. Gifted with a vision and precision, I'm just trying to make it high key. Might be breaking free like I was Zion in some Nikes. Tucked at the crib, bro, you know just where to find me. Making beats and spitting crack verses pretty likely. Yeah, socks with the burst, boy, I ain't changed a bit. Normal guy till I die, you know what it is. You probably thought I'd give up now that I got some kids, but really now I got these arrows aiming at your ribs. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas. Hey, please be on the notice, these my motives. Bought my chicken and it's rotis. You parsimonious, you take it all cause you a locust. My focus is to grow this mission. A visionary, get a dictionary. We here off the rip and we ain't sharing, we just caring. Let me only speak it to the manager. We damage her, no, you ain't messing with an amateur. I'm ramming, the competition ain't standing up. They fanning from left to right, cause now they branded us. Now who that is? Mike Jones, they ain't want me now, they all on me. Got counterfeits trying to play me, I guess they thinking I'm Sony. These big head dummies showing up and out of their character. Homie, you need a price, cause without it, the squad ain't hearing you. Top of that, we ain't fearing it. We swinging for the fences with the sting of a left hook that connects with Sonny Liston. I'm dismissing any and all of the disrespect. Nonetheless, it ain't a threat, I'm just letting y'all know who's next. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the start. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the please. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the P's, you gon' see the
Golden, you're an absolute legend, bro. What are you doing? What are you doing, dude? 130 new Frankie Candles members today, all thanks to Golden. Bro, this whole entire Frankie fake out is just simply going to be shout out to Golden. You are an absolute legend, bro. Savage. Some people would call him the master of all memberships. I don't even know. Shout out to Golden, bro. 130 new memberships and a $100 super chat yesterday. He also gifted memberships, I think, yesterday. You guys are nuts. And real quick, guys, I actually just realized this as I'm thanking Golden. I do just let me go ahead and I did miss these super chats, and I just can't sleep at night if I don't read these. These people spend money to say something. I have to read it because I just feel like it's wrong if I don't. So it literally, I've gotten off not reading super chats, and I'm like, oh my God, this is I'd be so mad. So let me go through these real quick. Frankie's the GOAT. I love you all. Shout out to Tony D. I appreciate you, bro. Creighton C said, let's see. Shout out to Creighton C. There's certain ones I'm not going to read out loud because I don't really. I think you know why, but I really do appreciate you, Creighton. You know that. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. Dave Digital with the emoji. Let's go. Super sticker. Shout out to Dave Digital. I appreciate you so much, man. Mafia got your back, Frankie. Shout out to Crypto Cowboy. I appreciate you so much, man. I'm blessed to have you guys. Thank you so much. Maybe a Band-Aid said, don't stress, man. You're an honest man that goes above and beyond for so many people. You have nothing to apologize for, in my opinion. Thank you, maybe a Band-Aid. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. You support the channel like crazy. Joe Mama, Joe Mama says, confirmed, Frankie is a human being. I cannot confirm or deny that. I might be a bean, guys. I actually think I am. But anyway, shout out to Joe Mama. And I'm not talking about your mom. I'm talking about Joe Mama. Joe, you guys know Joe. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you so much. Creighton C says, shout out to Creighton C said, it's a family situation. If they ain't family, forget about it. Shout out to Creighton C, bro. I love you, man. Thank you for being here. And you know that, bro. I really do appreciate you. Also, Creighton C is the only lifetime premium Discord member. You can't get the premium Discord for a lifetime. You have to win it. And Creighton C is the only person who has ever won it. So shout out to Creighton C. He's actually like the most elite Discord. He has a role in Discord that no one else has. I don't even have it. Am I in my own premium Discord technically? I don't know. Shout out to Creighton C, though. Shout out to Aquanaut. Says mods rule. Shout out to the mods and shout out to Aquanaut. Dave Digital said so about that tattoo. I actually wound up talking about it. So shout out to Dylan for getting that tattoo. Absolutely insane. Let's see. Yo, Frankie, can you please check Doge? I will tomorrow. First thing. Even before Bitcoin, maybe. I'll take a look at Doge for you and Batter. But I already am. I could hear Mrs. Candle's stuff jingling around. I could sense her like almost being ready. But shout out to Cheeks. Says, I might stop reading this halfway through, guys. I don't want to get too deep into it. But he says, F the haters. I don't see why anyone would be hating on Frankie. 99% of the Mafia will always be here to support you, Frankie. The internet just loves drama and will do anything for clicks. Enjoy the night with Mrs. Candles. I agree with that 100%. People like drama. I don't. I'm allergic to it. It doesn't mean that I don't care about people. Like, you guys don't know what happens behind closed doors. Or not you guys, but like the haters, I guess, don't know what happens behind closed doors. Anyway, shout out to Cheeks. I appreciate you for gifting the memberships constantly and the super chats, bro. Thank you. And he gifted 10 memberships right after that. So yes, huge supporter. I love you so much, bro. Shout out to Dave Digital said, good to see you in your flow, boss. Shout out to Dave. I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you so much. And then Golden, 20 memberships, maybe a Band-Aid with 20 memberships, Cheeks with 20 memberships, and then Golden gifted now we're 170 new members, almost 200 new members today in the CandleMafia, guys. But with all that being said, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. Drag this one out a little bit, but I did not want to leave those super chats sitting there. I had to read them. But guys, I'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time. I'm coming. You should just shut the door in my face. I'm coming. All right, guys, I'll see you later. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know, on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal